Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don Sale is first. He is. Welcome in. First time I haven't seen Don Sale. Welcome. Welcome to the World Tour, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Flying in every country and territory in the world. And today we're going to be leaving China. Well, technically still in China, but we're going to a special administrative region or autonomous region or whatever, which is Macau. We're flying down to Macau. On board Juneyao Air in the Airbus A320neo with the FlyByWire A20N mod. Beautiful Juneyao Air livery here, the red livery. And let's see. More thing going here. All right. Be all good to go. All right. Let's get inside the plane. Things are rolling. So safety check. First, we're going to do our engine master switches are in the off position. Ignition selector normal. Weather radar here. Yep, inoperable and off. Landing gear lever down. And wipers both off. All right, powering up. Okay, battery switch, we check that that's off. Check that it's above 25.5 volts. It is. So turn the battery switch on. Do have external power, I believe. I don't know if it's actually attached. Here and go in here and make sure it's actually attached. And I'm not sure which ones work properly and which ones don't. So hopefully, don't get some crazy issue. It's been so long since I've flown this plane. Oh. Bear with me, it's gonna take a little bit longer, I think. Turn on the nav and logo lights. View fire. Push button is in and guarded. We're gonna do the fire test. APU master switch on. Actually, we'll do it right now. APU master switch on. And APU start. I cockpit lights as required. Kind of go on those as we move along. Parking brake on. ECU and brake press. Check in green rage. Just on the edge of it. Flaps, check position. Flap 0. Matches right there. Stays up. APU coming up. Ground spoilers disarmed. Retracted right there. Probe window heat auto not on. There. APU bleed on only if no ground air unit, so we wait on that. Oh, well, actually ground air. We don't have a ground air unit. We do need to on so we get that air conditioning. Air condition panel. Looking for no white lights. Go up here, nav. Going. That takes a little time. Here's our air conditioning panel. Right there, there's air conditioning. No white lights. Been a while. X bleed set. Put on auto. Temperature selector set. Electric panel. Checking for no amber lights except for the generator defaults, or defaults, I mean. Vent panel. It's been so long since I've done this. So. Vent panel. All lights are off on that one. I can find. There it is. Ventilation, right? Okay. Ecam recall button. Press 3 seconds. Go down here. One, 2, 3. Okay. That does. Door button. Check the oxygen. There we got oxygen 1700 psi. Ecam hydraulic gauge. Checking for quantity. Not seeing anything for quantity. Oh. An engine page check oil. And 4.3. Emergency equipment, circuit breakers, external walker. Alright, so let's do overhead panel scan. Wait for all white lights to be off. New oxygen supply there. Strobe auto, beacon off, seatbelts on. Actually, we're gonna wait on the seatbelts. We will put the no smoking light on. Emergency exit lights armed. Cabin pressure panel. Having such a hard time today. Remembering where things are. Here, this. Ground control on. Got all 3 of the adheres going already to nav. Cabin pressure panel, check no white lights. Air conditioning panel, check no white lights. APU bleed on. Cross bleed auto. Battery 1 and 2 off, then on. Engine 1 and 2 lights check out. Engine 1 and 2 test. Fire test buttons. Press. And audio switching normal. And maintenance panel check all lights are off. They are. Alright, so we're gonna get the boarding going now. Leave. Like I said, been a while since I've done this. So we go to payload. There we go. We don't have any control in here because it says GSX payload sync. So same with fuel, all that. And we need to call the fuel truck. X. If this works. And request.
Boarding requested.
I feel like the jetway is going to now retract, and we're not going to get the proper boarding. What's cool is that it boards syncs up the boarding. No, I don't see passengers coming through. Jetway, I believe they were on our last flight. That jetway's not where we want it. I think I can put it back though. Services, jet bridge. Roll it here. Cargo door. Don't know why it's going to that door right there. Catering, I don't know how to open the... For some reason I can't open the service door. I can't open the doors. Weird. Alright, well, we're not going to worry about that. Not getting this map. Oh, we're still aligning. Get that Q and H up properly. Again, it's been so long since I've been in this plane. Nice thing is I can just pull everything in from SimBrief. Don't have to do a ton. Alright, checking out right here, we have our current air rack. Second nav base is the same. The init page west, and that pulls in all of our flight data that we need. Our cruise flight level 381. That's because we're in China, so it's a little bit different. They do everything in meters. Okay, this is going to keep changing as we go along, so we can actually punch. But we can punch those buttons in, or for all my shortcuts for my cameras. There we go. Go right here, and zero fuel weight, 54.4. You can also see it on the payload plan, zero fuel weight. Yeah, 54.4. We come out to 32.39. $32.39. So planning, it's saying 5.4. We're actually going to have not GSX. Brief. My apologies for this taking longer. It's just getting used to this plane. I have not flown this plane in so long. We're doing 6.57.6. Takeoff weight 60.8. That matches up. Our trip headwind. There 264. Oh no, that's here. Average wind component minus 30. Headwind of 30 knots. Got a trip fuel 3.9. A bit lower there. There's all that punched in, looks good. The next get those speeds ourselves. You see the transition altitude is already in there. That's really nice. So I'm going to go to my calculator. EAS airline toolbox. Show you what that is. Parts of it cut off. I'm just showing like the important part of it. Loading your ACARs. You can download this from X-Plane forums, kind of a cross-platform kind of thing. Take off. And let's get that. Make sure we get our. We're going to take off.
Pudong clearance at Juneyao 297 gate 222. Request clearance to Macau with information Taipa. Air Juneyao 297 cleared to Macau by November X-ray Delta 02 Delta. Departure runway 34 left. Initial climb flight level 210. Then is 5. Squawk 6552. Cleared to Macau via November X-ray Delta 02 Delta. Departure runway 34 left. Initial climb flight level 210. Then is filed. Squawk 6552 at Juneyao 297. Air Juneyao 297, redback correct. When ready, contact Pudong ground 121.87.
Alright, so we're doing 34 left.
121.87 at Juneyao 297.
Our wind there, 350 at 5 meters per second, so about 2.5 knots. 20 degrees dry, 1022 pressure. Tax on, engine air on for our startup. Calculate this. You see we got a flex temperature 67 degrees. Punch that in there. Giving us config 1 plus F, so we just go flaps 1. There are some things that we don't get from this calculator, unfortunately. At least we get our V's. So V1. VR, RV2, then our thrust reduction is going to be 1100 of ground level.
Tower 118.32. 118.32, China United 2315.
Pudong ground at Juneyao 297 gate 222. Request pushback and start up.
Do that.
Air Juneyao 297, pushback and start up approved.
Pushback and start up approved at Juneyao 297.
Alright. Next phase. That looks alright. I don't know how to fiddle with this stuff, so I just kind of leave it not that far along. Here's our approach phase, which we'll fill in later. Go to the flight plan. Double checking the flight plan, make sure everything is where it should be. So we got November X-ray Delta, Whiskey 131, Actim, Alpha 470. Going to Dubgo, Whiskey 134, LNEX, Alpha 599, ooh, Yankee November, and Whiskey 18, November Lima Golf, then we got the discontinuity for the flight plan, where we get the arrival.
China United 2315, continue taxi via Romeo.
Alright, so we did get that November X-ray Delta 02 Delta departure.
China Eastern 5467, taxi
34 left.
1905 via Alpha 3, Bravo 4,
ILS.
Tango 4.
No, we don't need the ILS. It doesn't matter the ILS. We're doing November X-ray 02 Delta departure. Dirt. Like I said, I'm Trying to get back into how to do this, all this. Okay. No idea if I'll load it. Like, don't have the cargo. For some reason the cargo isn't showing up. Actually, looks like everything kind of broke. This will happen. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn off the third party option. There we go. The GSX kind of broke. Didn't want to do things properly. It's alright. Same with fuel. Start GSX. Hopefully you'll be able to use the pushback. IF flights. How you doing? I'm just trying to get back used to using the FlyByWire A20N. All the little intricacies. It's been so long since I've flown this plane. So, how we do? Okay, they're giving us the initial climb. Flight level 210. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember how to do things, and I don't remember how to do things, so. Oh, yeah. Do the oxygen mass test, can't really do it there. PFD, ND, brightness, already messed with that. Loudspeaker set. PFD, check display and data. ND, all looks good. Light director 1 and 2 are on. Flare shield lights, altimeter, EFIS, and standby 1022. Landing system button is off. EFIS modes as required. FCU speed Mach check dashed. Heading. Have it set to heading. Altitude selectors are initial cleared, 21,000. Standby instrument, good. Check, clock check. Anti-skid nose wheel steering on. Audio control panel checked. Weather radar. Power switch off. Predicted wind shear off. That's the wind shear. Power switch. Gain and tilt set mode as required. Air, weather, and terrain. Switching knobs all set to normal. ECAM status page. STS page. That. Losing where I am on my list here. Pressure page, checking for our landing elevation. It's auto. Cockpit door, check and set.
Pudong ground, China Eastern 6332. Runway vacated with Alpha 3. China Eastern 6332. Taxi to gate 230 via Alpha 3. Bravo 4. Whiskey 1. Tango 4.
Belt signs on.
Taxi to gate 230 by Alpha 3, Bravo 4.
Thrust levers are idle, engine 1 and 2 master switches off, engine mode selector normal, parking brake on off check, pressure, gravity gear extension check stowed, ETC mode selector auto, ETC 1, altitude reporting on, squawk code set, and we always get 6552, and TCAS is set to standby. All right.
Pudong ground, Shanghai Air 9516, runway located with Alpha 3. Shanghai Air 9516, taxi to gates 12 via
Actually, when I
Alpha
want to get
3,
started, I forgot to
Bravo
start it up. Self-loading cargo.
Taxi to gate 12 via
I'm debating if I want to
Alpha
use
3,
self-loading
Bravo
cargo or
4, Shanghai
PAC-X.
Air 9516.
I haven't used PAC-X in a while. Been using self-loading cargo. It helps me with tracking my flight really more than anything. So we're not going to do the loading process and everything. Pretty low here. We're in the A320. Yo. Yes. We're all clear there. Oh. Aircraft crashed. Okay. Self-loading cargo is going to be a Alright, looks like we are fueled. Burning a little bit of that fuel off with the APU. Okay, so SLC, self-loading cargo, does not want to work with this plane, I guess. Alright, never mind. I don't have PAC-X ready to go, unfortunately, so we're just going to go with our crew in here. We do have some settings where we can turn on audio. Turn on the announcements and stuff, so that way we have it. Everything else, perfect. Back in here, go to our services. Close our doors. Cargo door, ground power unit, or aft. Make sure our payload is set. We got all our cargo and everything on board. Good to go. Fuel, look fine. Kind of just burned off a little bit, as I said. Good, good, good. Almost ready to go. Okay. Closed doors, seatbelts, harnesses, pedal, and armrest adjusted. Fuel on board checked. We got 6,600 kilos. FMS takeoff data cross check. Let's see. Go performance page. Checked. V1 1144, VR 145, V2 150. Check. MCDU. Pilot flying, we have the performance page. Pilot not flying would have the flight plan, but since they're linked together, we'll have a flight plan on both. External power check off and removed. I did remove it, yes. And before start checklist down to the line. Cockpit prep completed. Gear pins and covers removed. Signs on and auto. ADIRS. Nav. Fuel quantity 6,600 kilos. Takeoff data set. Barrel reference 1022. 1022, 1022, check. Checklist complete. Down to the line. Windows and doors closed. Slides armed. ECAM door page checked. Beacon light on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake on. And let's call the tow truck. Wait for pushback finally. A little bit longer than it usually takes me, but I think we're getting used to it. Alright, where's Shanghai Airport ground services? Yes, I do. Kind of in the wrong place. What do we have over there? China United Airlines. Never seen a China United
Hello,
Airlines.
Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Pudong ground, cargo Lux 7447, heavy, runway vacated with Charlie
Nothing I
3.
want fixing here.
Cargo Lux 7447, heavy, taxi to parking 147 via Charlie 3, Quebec 3.
Taxi to parking 147, via Charlie 3, Quebec 3, cargo Lux 7447, heavy.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I found the setting. So every time I come into the parking spot, it'll have like the distance readouts and stuff a lot over the marshal's head, and that kind of looks a little unrealistic. Obviously, we're popping up screens all over the place during the stream, but I'm trying to make it look better.
Pudong ground, China Eastern 569, heavy, gate 2
I think I have a safety video for this. I didn't look it up.
China Eastern 561, heavy, pushback and startup approved.
Pushback and startup approved. China Eastern 569, heavy.
Busted down.
Pudong ground, China Eastern 569, heavy. Request taxi. Pudong ground, China Eastern 569, heavy. Request taxi. Pudong ground, China Eastern 569, heavy. Request taxi.
China Eastern 561, heavy, taxi to holding point 134 left, via Echo, Romeo 2.
Taxi to holding point runway 3 foot left, via Echo, Romeo 2. China Eastern 569, heavy.
A quick second here. This is called being paired. Ah. Where'd it go? Where'd GSX go here? Alright, we're going runway. Fuck. I'm really all kind of blurred all over. Alright, runway 3 left. We're gonna. Up there. So we're gonna push back to. Back. Push back with our tail to right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brake release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
"女士们、先生们，欢迎搭乘星空联盟优联伙伴吉祥航空波音787梦想客机。为了您的安全，请您仔细观看以下安全演示。请将手提行李放在头顶的行李架内，或座椅下的行李挡杆内，不要放在过道或应急出口处。在飞机滑行、起飞、着陆时，应系紧安全带。若遇到颠簸、安全带信号灯亮时，请立即返回座位坐好，并系好安全带，或抓紧洗手间内的辅助手柄。全程禁止开启和使用携带锂电池移动电源以及主动发射无线电信号的便携式电子设备。移动电话调至飞行模式后，可全程使用。在滑行、起飞、 本次航班全程禁止吸烟，包括电子雾化
Never heard it sound like
及
that
同类
before.
产品。洗手
That is
间
a
内
lot of
安装了
action
烟
going
雾
on.
探测器，吸烟将触发烟雾警告，不得摆弄、损伤和毁坏烟雾探测器。
Doesn't sound
客
right.
舱释
does
压
it?
时，氧气面罩会自动脱落，请立即拉下面罩或拉绳，将面罩罩在口鼻处，袋子套在头上，进行正常呼吸。请先为自己戴好面罩，然后再帮助其他人。
We have a good engine, sir.
1.8.32, China Eastern 569, heavy.
在客舱内设有多个应急出口，
Starting
在每个
engine
出口
1.
处均标有明显的出口标志，请您在起飞前确认这些出口的位置。
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine. Start.
救生衣放在这些位置，仅供水上撤离时使用。使用时取出并撕开包装，经头部穿好，将带子扣好系紧。救生衣在客舱内先不要充气，撤离至出口时再打开充气阀门。如充气不足，
And at 50%, the
可将
Zen 2
人
valve
工
will
充气
close.
管拉出，用嘴充
That's
气
what。that is.
Unlocking gear.
Fuel flow be high there, 300 kilos per hour.
发生紧急情况时，请采取这种防冲击姿势，直到飞机安全停稳。
Tow truck disconnected.
请听从机组的指令。应急撤离前，请务必取下您身上的尖锐物
Right
品
is。clear.
撤离时脱下高跟鞋，禁止携带行李。
Right, engine
沿
most
撤
likely
离路
normal.
径到达就近的出口，并快速撤离飞机。落地撤离时
Off.
请采取这种姿势撤离飞
Press the
机。
switch.
水
Off.
上撤离时，
Engine
请采取
anti-ice
这种
required.
姿势
Wing
撤离
anti-ice
飞机。
required. Ground spoiler.
安全须知在您座椅前面口袋里
Armed.，
请您在起飞
Rudder
前仔
trim
细阅读。
0.
感谢您搭乘星空联盟
There.
优联伙伴吉祥航空班机。我们
Flaps
祝
set
您
for
旅
takeoff.
途愉
Flaps
快。
1. Config. Pitch trim as required. I think I got the pitch trim. Not sure where we get that, if we have that anywhere. As a performance thing. You need to figure out how to do that at some point. Trim. I need to find a calculator that actually has a pitch trim on it. Let's see. I know there's a way for me to actually figure that out manually. I'm not going to do that right now to find that, but I need to relearn that. I go back to status page.
Pudong ground, AirSPD
Oh, status
515,
reminder.
gate 206, request pushback.
After start
and startup.
checklist, anti-ice off, ECAM status checked,
Pudong
pitch
ground,
trim,
Airspring
0% set, rudder trim is 0. After start checklist complete.
Airspring 515, pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. Airspring 515.
Okay, flight control check.
Airspring 6240.
Pull up,
Taxi to gate 27.
pull
via
down,
Alpha 3, Bravo 4.
Neutral, pull
Taxi
left,
to gate 27 via
pull
Alpha
right,
3, Bravo 4. Airspring
neutral,
6240.
rudder,
Pudong
left,
ground. Airspring 515. Request
right.
taxi.
neutral.
Airspring 515. Taxi to holding point 134 left via Echo Tango 1 Romeo 2. Taxi
taxi
to holding
clearance?
point 134 left via Echo Tango 1 Romeo 2. Airspring 515. Pudong ground. Dynasty
Auto brake,
584.
Max.
Gate 11. Request pushback and startup.
Pudong ground, Juneyao 297, request taxi.
584.
Never check.
Pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. Dynasty 584. Air Juneyao 2907. Taxi to holding point 134 left via Echo Tango 1 Romeo 2.
Taxi to holding point runway 34 left via Echo Tango 1 Romeo 2 at Juneyao 297.
Pudong ground. Dynasty 584. Request taxi.
I was looking at the wrong runway. I was going to the opposite side of the airport. Luckily they gave us the
Taxi to holding point
taxi.
134 left.
Turn off lights
Via
on.
1, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Romeo 2, Dynasty 584. Pudong ground, China Eastern 5588, runway vacated with Alpha 3.
Got a
Pudong ground, Shanghai Air 9070.
out here, get over to Echo.
Request pushback and start up. China Eastern
Using the tiller on this plane.
Taxi to gate 4 via Alpha 3, Bravo 4. Taxi to gate 4 via Alpha 3, Bravo 4, China Eastern 5588. Shanghai Air 9070, pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved, Shanghai Air 9070.
Pudong ground, China 73544, parking 164, request pushback and start up.
China Eastern 5588, hold position. Hold position, China Eastern 5588. Pudong ground, Shanghai Air 9070, request taxi. Shanghai Air 9070, taxi to holding point 134 left via Bravo, Tango 4, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Romeo 2. Taxi to holding point runway 34 left via Bravo, Tango 4, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Romeo 2, Shanghai Air 9070. China 73544, pushback and startup approved.
Pushback and start up approved, China 73544. Pudong ground, China 73544, request taxi.
China 73544, taxi to holding point 134 left via Papa 2, Tango 3, Foxtrot, Romeo 2, hold short of runway 17 right, 35 left.
The route we're taking is going to actually fly over where I lived when I was in China. I don't know how much we'll see as the sun is setting, so, which is kind of a miss, but at the same time, the Bing satellite imagery not too great for China, and my imagery map replacement program, I didn't want to risk using it again because that caused us to have to fly the last flight 3 times to try to finish it.
Airspeed 9002, taxi to gate 201 via Golf 2, Golf, Romeo 5, hold short of runway 16 right, 34 left.
Right, so we're actually going to take off with a shorter runway. We're not going all the way to the end. We're going to be turning at Tango 1, Romeo 2, I don't know why we're going. Get that Tango 1. They actually go Tango 1, then the Foxtrot to Romeo 2. Gonna go Romeo 2. It cuts all the way over. Got this plane. So here's Tango 1. Just gonna go right to this next taxiway, which is Tango or Romeo 2, as opposed to doing this little wiggle. Sound effects have been definitely added. FlyByWire, or I just haven't been in a plane with a lot of sound effects. Romeo 2 and the runway 34 left.
Air Juneyao 2907, contact Pudong Tower 118.32.
118.32, Air Juneyao 297.
China 73544, contact Pudong Tower 118.32.
Cabin crew secure for takeoff.
118.32.
Flight directors checked on, ATC code set. Takeoff config, test, pushed. Norm, everything's green. For takeoff checklist down to the line. Flight controls checked. Flight instruments checked. Briefing confirmed. Flap setting config 1. Got our V speeds V1 144, VR 145, V2 150. ATC set. ECAM memo, takeoff no blue. Down to the line.
Pudong Tower, Air Juneyao 297, runway 34 left, ready for departure.
Air Juneyao 2907, line up runway 34 left.
Line up runway 34 left at Juneyao 1297.
Approach path clear. Down to the line. Cabin crew advised. ECAS ARA. Engine mode selector normal. Axe on. More takeoff checklist complete.
Air Juneyao 2907, wind 336 degrees at 8 knots, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff at Juneyao 1297.
Pudong Tower, China 73544, request cross runway 17 left, 35 right.
Takeoff.
China 73544, cross runway 17 left, 35
Thrust set.
right, when vacated, contact ground 121.87.
Speed alive.
Cross runway 17 left, 35 right, when vacated, contact ground 121.87, China 73544.
80 knots. 100 knots. B1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Air Juneyao 2907, contact Shanghai approach 128.05.
128.05 at Juneyao 1297.
Heavy, fly heading 350, cleared ILS, Yankee, approach at 2000, runway 34
Thrust
right,
climb.
report established on localizer. Fly heading 350, cleared ILS, Yankee, approach at 2000, runway 34 right, report established on localizer, Shanghai 886, heavy. China Southern 8390, fly heading 340, cleared ILS,
Flaps
Yankee
1.
approach at 3000, runway 35 right, report established
Flap
on
0.
localizer. Fly heading 340, cleared ILS, Yankee approach at 3000, runway 35 right, report established on localizer, China 78390. Air Juneyao 1256, fly heading 005, cleared ILS, Yankee approach.
After takeoff checklist down to the line. Landing gear up. Flaps retracted. Axe on. Down to the line.
Fly heading 005, cleared ILS, Yankee approach at 1800.
Autopilot 1
runway
engaged.
36 right, report established on localizer, Air Juneyao 1256. China Eastern 6448, fly heading 345, cleared ILS, Yankee approach at 2000, runway 34 right, report established on localizer. Fly heading 345, cleared ILS, Yankee approach at 2000, runway 34 right, report established on localizer, China Eastern 6448. China Eastern 5466, fly heading 040, cleared ILS, Yankee approach at 3000, runway 35 right, report established on localizer.
Fly heading 040, cleared ILS, Yankee approach at 3000, runway 35 right, report established on localizer, China Eastern 5466.
China 78390, established on localizer. China Eastern 6448,
We'll see what we get for being where I live. This route goes right over like where I lived, my apartment and everything. So beautiful area. Unfortunately, like I said, the photogrammetry or the satellite imagery is a little bit to be desired here in Flight Simulator.
China Eastern 5466, contact Pudong Tower 118.32.
118.32, China Eastern 5466.
Air Juneyao 1235, contact non-China.
Lights are kind of sketchy on this plane.
120.5, Air Juneyao 1235.
China Eastern 561, heavy, contact non-China Center 120.5. 320.5, China Eastern 561, heavy. SI 3270, contact non-trawling center 120.5.
120.5, SI 3270.
Air China 8576, descend 4,900. Descend 4,900, Air China 8576. China Eastern 5608, radar contact, continue descent 4,900, altimeter 3021.
Continue descent 4,900, China Eastern 5608.
Downtown Shanghai. View the buildings loading in.
Emirates 304, heavy, radar contact, continue descent 7,900, altimeter 3021.
Continue descent 7,900, Emirates 304, heavy.
China
There's any
Eastern
speed limits up
5604, radar contact, continue descent
departure turn, max
4,900,
250.
altimeter 3021.
There we go, now we're in flight.
Continue descent 4,900, China Eastern 5684.
Airspring 7096, turn left heading 150, continue descent 5,900.
Again, the satellite imagery for China is a little rough.
Continue descent 5,900, Airspring 7096.
And I was looking forward to flying this route during the day so we could see where I lived. I'm sure we'll still be able to get a glimpse of it, the area, but I won't be able to point out my apartment because the imagery that they currently have doesn't actually have my apartment building. It hasn't been built yet. It's just dirt in that area. That's kind of how China is. I mean, there's so much, you know, if your imagery is out of date by a year or two, or in this case, this imagery's got to be probably 5-10 years old by now. A lot of it here in China.
Continue descent 2,000, Shanghai Air 9086.
Air China 8576, fly heading 170, continue descent 2,000. Fly heading 170, continue descent 2,000, Air China 8576.
Yeah, so here's the area where you got all the new buildings. If you see any pictures of Shanghai, it's got all the lights and neon lights and stuff on it. Those are the new buildings that have been built in the last probably 20 years now. And then on this side of the river, you have all the old French. I mean, there's actually the French area right here, the British area, and you have all the old German and French and British, European buildings with the columns, with the very Greco-Roman, you know, similar to like the White House or the U.S. Capitol building, you know, that kind of style. And then on the other side, you got the very ultra-modern towers, and constantly going up. I mean, the skyline's completely different than from what I remember. There's Hangzhou Airport right there. And there's also the Hangzhou train station. So if you come into Shanghai from anywhere, you're usually ending up at Hangzhou. And then if you want to go to Pudong on the other side, you take the subway, the main line that goes right through the center of Shanghai. So it's the busiest line, and that's a real pain in the butt.
Air China 8576, turn right heading 320. Right heading 320, Air China 8576. China Eastern 5608, continue descent 3000.
Continue descent 3000, China Eastern 5608.
After takeoff checklist below the line.
Emirates 304.
No reference, standard set.
Descent 3000.
After takeoff checklist complete.
Continue descent 3900, Emirates 304, heavy.
Shanghai Air 9086, turn left heading 155.
Left heading 155, Shanghai Air 9086.
Airspring 7096, turn left heading 080, continue descent 2000.
Left heading 080, continue descent 2000, Airspring 7096.
China Eastern 5684, turn left heading 190, continue descent 2000.
Left heading 190, continue descent 2000, China Eastern 5684.
China Eastern 5608, turn right heading 225.
Right heading 225, China Eastern 5608.
Emirates 304, heavy, continue descent 2000.
Continue descent 2000,
Train
Emirates
station right there.
304, heavy.
4-meter turn.
Shanghai Air 9086, turn left heading 105.
Left heading 105, Shanghai Air 9086.
We're going to be headed southwest. We'll fly over Hangzhou. That's where I lived most of my time in China, and then we'll go about a couple hours by car further to the southwest, and we'll be flying right over Thousand Island Lake area, and I lived in the Jenda area. We'll see if we can point it out. We'll see what it looks like from 30,000 feet. The imagery is out of date though, but I'll still be able to point out the areas. And I think I have a Hangzhou, I think the airport, Hangzhou International Airport, I have a freeware that actually puts it in now. Kind of a rough version of it, but it's better than what was there, which was no airport. Microsoft Flight Simulator completely missing an airport, an international airport in China. I think there's a number of them that are missing, but it blows me away that there's a whole airport just completely missing.
Shanghai Air 9086.
China Eastern 2470, fly heading 180, continue descent 2000. Fly heading 180, continue descent 2000, China Eastern 2470. Emirates 304, heavy, turn left heading 030.
Left heading 030, Emirates 304, heavy.
I wonder if they're going to clear us out.
Approach at Juneyao 297.
We finally got through their approach. There's so much going on.
At 1,200, climbing flight level 210.
Shanghai approach, China Eastern 5274, Papa Leo Kilo 21 Delta, departure at 1,800, climbing flight level 210. Shanghai approach, Airspeed 515, line Alpha Mike 02 Delta, departure at 1,300, climbing flight level 160. Shanghai approach, Dynasty 584, Hotel Sierra November 02 Delta, departure at 1,600, climbing flight level 210.
Air Juneyao 1064, turn left heading 040, clear ILS, Yankee, approach at 1,800.
I don't know what we're going to see with all these clouds kind of coming in.
Left heading 040, cleared ILS, Yankee, approach at 1,800, runway 36 right, report established on localizer, Air Juneyao 1064.
Air China 576, fly heading 345, cleared ILS.
I'll tell you though, when I fly in this area, or when I just look at maps of the area, I really miss, because it really became my home. And just thinking about riding my, especially around Hangzhou, I used to ride my bike so much around Hangzhou, the whole area.
Airspring 7096, turn left heading 355, cleared ILS, Yankee.
And there was always somewhere to explore because you just kept riding and you'd run into another, another city center. There's so many cities in this area that kind of blend in as just big metroplex. I mean Hangzhou's kind of on the southern, southwestern edge. I don't want to say it's part of the Shanghai metroplex. It's kind of a little bit separate, but it's pretty close. Take the highway to Shanghai, there's a little bit of area where there isn't city, but that's the way China is. I mean, especially on the East Coast, there is farmland, but there's so many people there too, all the time. Well, up on our right there, that body of water, that's Taihu Lake. It's kind of funny because Taihu means high lake. So when like Hu is lake in China, or in Chinese, so when you say Taihu Lake, it's just big, high lake lake.
Approach at 1,800, runway 36 right, report established on localizer, Shanghai Air 9086.
They didn't do that in Hangzhou though. When I looked in Hangzhou for West Lake, they have it's Shihu is West Lake, Shi is West, and Hu is Lake. Shihu. On there they just have West Lake. They didn't have Shihu Lake. Kind of the same thing with where I live. It's Yinanjiang is the river, is the name of the river, which means Yinan River. So if it says Yinanjiang River,
A
little bit of Chinese there, Mandarin.
Established on localizer. China Eastern 5608, established on localizer. Shanghai Air 9086, established on localizer. Emirates 304, heavy, established on localizer.
Airspring 7096, contact Pudong Tower 118.32.
I wonder if they're ever going to get back to us. It's so busy in this airspace that we can't get through the approach to actually clear us for a higher altitude.
118.32, China Eastern 5608.
Shanghai Airliner 086, contact Juneyao Tower 118.1.
118.1, Shanghai Airliner 086.
Emirates 304, heavy, contact Pudong Tower 118.32.
118.32, Emirates 304,
Passengers get up
heavy.
and roam.
Air Juneyao 12907, contact Nanchang.
Look at that, we didn't even get any real information from Shanghai approach. We're just going to Nanchang Center.
120.5, Air Juneyao 1297.
China Eastern 5684, turn right heading approach, runway 03, report when ready for descent, 23906.
Nanchang Center, Air Juneyao 1297, November X-ray Delta 02 Delta, departure at flight level 210.
China United 23906, ready for descent.
Air Juneyao 2907, radar contact, continue climb flight level 380.
Continue climb flight level 380, Air Juneyao 1297.
China United 23906, descend flight level 1980.
Descend flight level 1980, China United 23906.
Hard to see much down there with the way the clouds are, but it's beautiful.
Air China 334, cleared Sierra Alpha Sierra 01 Alpha, arrival.
Cleared Sierra Alpha Sierra 01 Alpha, arrival, Air China 334.
Flickering. A right turn here at Nanshun. Start heading southwest. Pass between Gongshu District and Lian District in the city of Hangzhou. Now, the first place I lived in China was on Lian, so we'll see that off on our right. A small area, kind of outlining it. The way Chinese cities works is kind of interesting. It's like you'll have there'll be the actual city, like Hangzhou. You'll look at it and it's like, oh, that's the city, but it'll actually extend out. It's almost like a county. It gets kind of, the administrative regions are kind of confusing, where it's like you'll have a city, which is kind of the same as a county, because I think we lived in a county, but sometimes you'll have counties within a city. There's not really a one-to-one comparison with kind of Western or at least American administrative divisions. But yeah, I lived in Lian District, then the Gongshu, which will be right on our left, and then on the other side of the river in the Shaoshan District. Or actually Binjiang District. I didn't live in Shaoshan. Shaoshan's more kind of where the Hangzhou airport is. Further out. You'll see Hangzhou soon. And then we'll kind of, we'll follow the river. Tong River, big one that comes into Hangzhou, and then the Xinanjiang or Xinan River peels off from that. It's then dammed right near where I live, Junda, the city there, Xinanjiang. the big dam there, and that's what creates Chandao Lake, Thousand Island Lake. The big dam there. I don't know how much we're going to be able to see with the clouds.
China United 2320, descend flight level 190. Descend flight level 190, China United 2320. China United 2320, cleared Sierra Alpha Sierra 01 Alpha, arrival. Cleared Sierra Alpha Sierra 01 Alpha, arrival, China United 2320.
Hey, falling YT.
Shenzhen Air 90812, proceed direct India Golf Romeo Alpha Tango, then as filed.
Just flying over my old neck of the woods. I live.
Proceed direct India Golf Romeo Alpha Tango, Shenzhen Air 90812.
I thought you were in here yesterday, weren't you? There's too many YTs. Too many people with a YT in their name. Otherwise, or not. You were here yesterday. Oh, you were only here for like 3 minutes. Where are you located again? Yeah, this would be late night. I think it would be about probably around 9 o'clock in the evening here where I'm flying right now. Actually, I see those smokestacks down there. That's actually, I wonder if those are that's the nuclear power plant that I would always, or the power plant that I always ride my bike by up there in Junction. I think it might be. Yeah, those smokestacks actually, I've been right past those, riding my bike. It was just north of where we live. That's Hangzhou down there, it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can get another view here. Yep, those power plants. Juneyao air is kind of coming out pink now. Turn past Hangzhou. I mean, more buried under the clouds there. You can barely see West Lake. I think that might be West Lake right there. There's the river. Right in there's like West Lake area. We're on the west, obviously the west part. Behind us there, where those smokestacks are, that's a Gongshu district where I live. You can kind of see the canal. I can just barely see the canal there. That canal actually is a very famous canal. It goes all the way up to Beijing. So yeah, that smokestack, that's actually 100% accurate. So thanks to We Love VFR, those guys, that's right where that smokestack should be, that cooling tower. Yeah, like I said, not gonna be able to see much with the cloud cover. It still looks beautiful. Actually, the cloud cover kind of hides a little bit of the maybe the scenery not looking that great. Yeah, I was surprised that like when I saw that, I was like, hey, that actually, and when I saw the canal then, yeah, that's exactly where that is, on that exact street, that exact location. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how We Love VFR did that. Like if they, because they have all those smokestacks, the radio towers everywhere, all over almost the whole world they have covered now, and it's a husband and wife team, and I don't know exactly. I don't know how they do it, if they go in and hand place them everywhere in the world or what it is, but yeah, that's. A lot of places I've seen where the tower's in the proper places, the smokestacks. Obviously, a lot of the world I don't know, but right there I do, because it's literally probably half a mile, maybe a mile north of where I lived, and so I'd ride my bike past there all the time. Alright, so now we're following the river. Just barely see the river there as we pass over Fuyang. Turn the other way behind me. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it with the haze. Awesome, Jake is streaming too, so if you want to check him out. Yeah, this is actually a very popular route in China. It's actually one of them. That's why you got the other plane turning here. I don't know if I can see Lingan where I lived. It's been a while since I've seen contrails off of my plane. I don't know if it's the other planes don't have contrails or something, because, or I just haven't been paying attention. Yeah, this is actually a red livery, but the way the light is hitting it, it's coming out as a pink. Alright, we're at our cruise of flight level 380. Once we get past, I'm going to try to see if I can see where, we still own an apartment here in Jeddah, over at the near Thousand Island Lakes. I'm going to see if we can see it. I don't think we're going to be able to. Probably be able to see the lake, maybe peek through the clouds, and then I'll probably go and double our speed here, time acceleration. Yep, that was another plane. Going here. Yeah, there it is. Off in the distance. Pretty cool. Wish the light didn't flicker like that.
November X-ray Delta 02 Delta. Departure at flight level 310. Descending flight level 210.
So a little bit to the east, southeast of us, is the city of Yiwu, which is actually a pretty substantial little manufacturing, but manufacturing city. I mean, for China it's little. A manufacturing center where you'll run into a lot of quote-unquote foreigners, people who aren't Chinese, buying all kinds of little knickknacks to sell in their shops back in their home countries or whatever. I mean, basically, I'd probably go to Yiwu, and I'd probably find all the products that we use here in the West, and we buy in our stores all the time, are being made there. I mean, they're being made everywhere. I mean, it's not just Yiwu, but Yiwu's a big center for that. It's crazy when I look at the map here. It's like how close all these things are to where I lived. But because of the way the land is, like right now on both sides of us, so looking out this way, there's a lot of mountain ridges. Looking out the other direction, there's a lot of mountain ridges that way. And basically you have the river going down the valley and the highway going to where I lived in Zhenda and Chenan County, where the Thousand Island Lake is. And it's kind of cut off. You're kind of cut off, and then there's, on both sides, there's a lot of cities and more populated, but we're kind of in the middle of this kind of valley with ridges cutting us off. And it's a really cool area, though. Kind of to the, I mean, it's almost directly west, slightly northwest of where I lived in Zhenda, is Huangshan, where they have the Yellow Mountains. But to get there, you know, probably if we did a straight shot, it'd be maybe an hour drive. But to get there, it's actually like a almost 3-hour drive, because you have to go all the way down and around, get up there, because of just the mountains in between us and Huangshan. So it's just so weird how that works. About over it now. Out of it. When I flew this route in X-Plane, it was a much more clear day. You could see. I remember when we were flying home from Thailand. We were flying during the day, and I pointed out the window. I'm like, "Oh, look, there's Zhenda. There's where we live." Well, it's like, you know, my wife, my mother-in-law, they didn't believe me, because like, how do you know what it looks like from here? I'm like, well, pretty distinctive kind of landscape. Right over there, you can see there's the Thousand Island Lake. Really right below the clouds. Kind of the dam is right about there. And actually right there, I live right there, right on the screen. I don't live there now, but yeah, there's kind of the freeway crossing over. Our apartments would be right about there. See, like kind of like one of the factories. Yeah, it's kind of that area right there, I think. Now, if we zoom, we're high enough that you can't actually tell. You can see there's just all that dirt in this area. A lot of this area is just a lot of construction right now, but a lot of it's finished. There's the actual city, Henan, kind of around the river bend. And I believe that is the dam right there. That's the dam that creates the whole Thousand Island. I would ride my bike this whole area too. That's all you can tell. It's a lot of mountains. If we didn't have as many clouds, you could tell a little bit better. Doesn't look too bad from up here at 38,000 feet. Again, the imagery is out of date though. But it doesn't look too bad.
Shenzhen Airlines 521, expect Sierra Alpha Sierra 21 Alpha arrival, Charlie Golf Tango ILS, Yankee, approach, runway 36 right, report, be ready for descent. Expect Sierra Alpha Sierra 21 Alpha arrival, Charlie Golf Tango ILS, Yankee, approach, runway 36 right, report when ready for descent, Shenzhen Air 9521. Shenzhen Air 9521, ready for descent.
Next flight, we're going to be going Macau to Manila the Philippines.
Descend flight level 190, Shenzhen Air 9521. Singapore 836, heavy, expect Alpha November Delta Lima arrival, Papa Delta Lima, ILS, Yankee, approach, runway 35 right, report, be ready for descent.
Expect Alpha November Delta 11 Alpha arrival, Papa Delta Lima, ILS, Yankee, approach, runway 35 right.
Yep, Manila, Philippines is
descent.
50.
Singapore 836, heavy. Singapore 836, heavy, ready for descent.
Singapore 836, heavy, descend flight level 190.
Descend flight level 190, Singapore 836, heavy.
Sim rate 1.
Sunset, our scheduled departure was 4:55 in the afternoon. I believe we took off, let's see. I think we took off on time. Or we pushed back. We pushed back at 8:52 Zulu. Heck. The China time zone. 8 plus 8 from Zulu time, so if Zulu is, yeah, we took off, or we pushed back at 4:52 p.m. in Shanghai, took off at 5:05, so we were just about on schedule. I think on schedule. That would be considered. This is a sunset, beautiful sunset, and beautiful cloud cover. I mean, that makes everything like this. I mean, look at that. Oh, just look at that. And you can't get a. I don't know if you can get a better plane for this the sunset either. Beautiful red Juneyao Air livery. Alright, Falling YT. Yeah, just keep an eye out. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start re-uploading these streams. I haven't decided if I'm going to like edit them a little bit, maybe just cut them down and just show like highlights. But for sure, at least at first, I'm going to just re-upload the stream, but at hopefully a higher quality. Because I know when I play back on YouTube, the quality looks really poor for the stream. So I know you're missing some details. I'm not going to say that the record is going to be light years better, but it's slightly better. Same as Twitch. Twitch, it looks better for some reason. Twitch, and then I'm going to record at an even higher quality and then I'll re-upload to YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. But I'm still gonna live stream things so you can watch live and interact. But you can also, like for you following YT, you can always watch in playback and hopefully watch a higher quality playback. So keep an eye out for that. All right. So good night. Yeah, early wake up tomorrow. Yep, I have an early wake up tomorrow. Back to work. So 4:45 in the morning to wake up, get ready for work. I know that feeling, even though I'm going to stay up late tonight. But thanks for stopping by.
Sim rate 2.
Alright, we're going to go with little time acceleration here. Hey, Mika. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back a few minutes. Looked really good. This whole flight's been really beautiful. You're able to get a little peek of where I lived in China. So I'm gonna my plan is to kind of start recording these flights and then re-uploading them to YouTube, maybe adding some some little pop-outs and tips and stuff, and at least just a better quality than the stream plays. Because I just noticed that the stream on YouTube, at least with this graphics card, just isn't as good as I would like it to be. Well, it's starting to get a little dark now. I don't remember how to some lighting in here. Alright, so we've just passed into the Guangzhou airspace center. Coming up on Guangdong province. Not province yet, but Guangdong is actually the province. That's where you get the Cantonese, the language. That's actually Guangdong, kind of the Guangdong region language. Guangzhou language. And then Mandarin, which is the other big Chinese language, is out of Beijing. It's like the Beijing area language. And then basically every town, every little area, every province in China has had and still has its own dialects, and sometimes very different from each other. I didn't do Cantonese. I did Mandarin because most of China is Mandarin. I think Taiwan, then Hong Kong and Macau are, in the southern China, like Guangzhou area, probably heavily Cantonese, I think. I might be wrong. Taiwan might actually do Mandarin. But with Taiwan, then you have the written characters. Taiwan uses the traditional characters, and then the mainland China, communist China, has simplified characters that were put in place by the Communist Party. So you'll kind of notice that. But I believe Taiwan actually speaks. I think Taiwan speaks Mandarin, but Hong Kong, when you get those Cantonese, or even a lot of the Chinese stuff that came out of China, like movies and stuff, a lot of that came from like Hong Kong back in the 80s. In the 90s or the 70s even, and even a lot of people coming from China were coming from that area, and so that's where we get that our kind of view here in the West of what Chinese sounds like. Is mostly Cantonese, mostly that Hong Kong Chinese versus a Mandarin. Yeah, it's difficult because they have the tones, and so you'll have a sound, but then depending on how you say that tone, I still can't get that very good. It can be difficult, but there's some parts of it that it's a little bit more standardized in the sense of versus something like English, where we just have English is just a mess because it developed as a language before there was writing. I think Chinese, almost every language kind of has that, but where we started once we standardized spelling, the spellings don't actually fit with the sounds always, because one person, whoever decided how to spell a word first and put it in print, mass print, that's how the word became spelled, and sometimes it didn't match up with the way it actually sounded. And all the borrowed words. The language that's always is very curious for me. Korean is very interesting because they have their own, like, a modern alphabet that was like designed within the last 50 years. And it's very scientific. It makes sense. Like Japanese is kind of interesting because you got the Japanese characters, but a lot of Japanese shares the same characters as Chinese, which is very interesting. So you can tell you're reading Japanese because you'll see a lot of Chinese characters Which when I look, I can tell it's a Chinese character, and then you'll see these kind of more flowy kind of characters, which are the Japanese ones, and they kind of mix together. It looks so weird because it's like, why are you mixing two? It's like mixing almost like two different fonts. But that's why Japanese is just kind of very interesting that way. Alright, we're getting pretty close. Let's see, we're about 6. Local time is going to be 6:26 in the evening, so see how that sun is dipping so much quicker than during the summer, obviously. November Lima Golf is our last point there. Going here, arrival, planning on a runway 34. I'm going to put ILS X-ray, not sure which one we'll get, that one for now. And then our terminal approach, November Lima Golf 7 Alpha, put that in. Again, for now, kind of as a placeholder. Macau. That's the Macau DOR. Basically, just gonna come right in over the airport, and then we'll turn around, come into runway 34. Insert that. But again, might get a different runway or different approach, so keep that open. It's been a while since I've been in this plane, so I forgot that I can do this. Let's go to ATSU, AOC menu, and we can request the ATIS for an arrival. And that. Burn, we'll go to the weather, the MEDAR, or Macau and Guangzhou are alternate.
Sim rate 1.
Okay, so we did just get our clearance. Missed it. Here. And we're gonna actually switch it up. So they want us to go ILS X-ray approach. So we had that right. ILS X-ray 3-4. But the star is gonna be the November Lima Golf 5 Alpha. Not what I wanted. Try that again. Does this light up? I've never seen that before. I think that means there's something like a message. Or I've seen that light up before. Maybe I've never noticed that. It says MCDU menu. Alright, let's go in here.
6252, cleared attack 1 Charlie, arrival.
Cleared attack 1 Charlie, arrival.
We want the
96252.
5 Alpha. Mike Charlie uniform, the Macau VOR. Insert that. And now we have the right stuff. Okay, let's go back to the menu. Leave messages. Print. No address available, so we won't print that out. And Medar, print that one out. Flight plan, and we are ready for descent.
And Juneyao 297, ready for descent.
Air Juneyao 297, descend flight level 140.
Descend flight level 140, and Juneyao 297.
Seatbelts on.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
Of course, I had the mic off. Okay, so I put in that the minimum there, 220 feet. 200 would be the radio, that's above ground level. This is 220, that's the altitude above sea level. Transition 9,000. For some reason, our temperature and our winds are not showing up. We do have the QNH 1015 and our transition 1,000. Let's. Hey, yeah, it's not giving me any wind or very interesting. Yeah. It's an incomplete MEDAR. So let's see if we can get the MEDAR for, well, we can actually use this. We'll just kind of just give us something close. And we'll do the 10 knots, or 10 degrees at, that's going to be 3 knots.
Descent flight level 190.
Temperature 23, so that'll be close enough. Okay, we should have that all in.
China Eastern 5764. Proceed direct Victor Echo Sierra Uniform X-ray. Then is filed.
Proceed direct
Let's see the lights coming up. I think the clouds have started to clear away, and now we're just getting all those lights for Hong Kong and Guangzhou and Shenzhen, southern area here. Take a look at the star chart for November Lima Golf 5 Alpha. Speed max 250, below flight level 110 within Hong Kong airspace unless otherwise instructed. Max 190 knots during approach to turns. We're going to come in here at November Lima Golf. At Latop, we at 7,880 feet. Then once we get to the VOR from Macau, 6,900. That's where we're going to transition approach. So let's put that in as a fix. 1,900 feet.
China Southern 36908. Cleared Attack 1 Charlie. Arrival.
Cleared Attack 1 Charlie. Arrival. China Southern 3698.
Do that. Actually, I can click on that last one. Fix info. Okay, so reference fix is going to be
Yankee India November 1 Echo departure at flight level 190, final flight level 210. China Southern 3815, radar contact, continue climb flight level 330. Continue climb flight level 330, China Southern 3815.
Okay, so 81 for
China Southern 3918,
target.
clear
We want to get our descent.
arrival.
Clear Attack 1 Charlie. Arrival. China 73918.
So 85. We're doing fine on descent. I feel like we could descend a little bit faster.
Shenzhen at 90812. Expect Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha. Arrival November Lima Golf. ILS Whiskey approach. Runway 34. Report when ready for descent. Expect Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha. Arrival November Lima Golf. ILS Whiskey approach. Runway 34. Report when ready for descent. Shenzhen at 9812.
Guangzhou Center, China 7334, Yankee India November 1 Echo, departure at flight level 190, climbing flight level 210.
Alright, radio page. There is our...
Hainan 6252, contact Guangzhou approach, 127.75.
That's not right at all. Oh no, that's the VOR.
127.75, Hainan 6252.
VOR is that?
Shenzhen at 9812, ready
That's
for
not the
descent.
VORs we need. To
China
117.7.
radar contact, continue climb flight level
That's going to be our non-line.
Continue climb flight level
November Lima
330,
Golf.
China 7334.
Then Macau's going to be
China Southern 33905,
4.
clear loop 1 Charlie, arrival.
That's Macau.
Clear loop 1 Charlie,
Then our
arrival.
ILS
China
today
Southern 3905.
is 109.7.
Shenzhen at 90812.
Mike Charlie
Descend
November,
flight
that's
level
in. Final
140.
approach course 344. Slope.
Descend flight level
minus
140. Shenzhen at 9812.
We're going to capture the glide slope at 3,000 feet.
Shenzhen at 90868.
OADF. Airport elevation is 20 feet.
Clear attack 1 Charlie, arrival. Shenzhen at 9868. Shenzhen at 9862.
Look at this chart
Clear
here.
attack 1
We're
Charlie,
going to come in
arrival.
Mike Charlie uniform, where they're going to go out 182 degrees. Mike Charlie 614, 200 degrees. Mike Charlie 613, Mike 664, Mike Charlie 612, here to Mike Charlie 610. We should be about 6,000 feet right here. 6,000 feet out there. We need to be at 3,000 feet.
Jeju
at,
Airport
Taipa.
303. Proceed direct Lima India Papa November Oscar. Then is filed.
Proceed direct line India Pop November Oscar, Jeju Airport 304.
9.2 is where we need to be at 3,000 feet.
Hainan
Papa also
7357.
3,000.
Radar contact.
And then-
Continue climb flight level 330. Continue climb flight level 330.
In for our landing.
Hainan 7357.
Cross section. Missed approach. Looks like we don't have any. Have to refer to missed approach above. Let's missed approach with the Juneyao. Oh, so we actually probably want to put this one in later. With the VOR, climb on runway heading to 600 feet at or above distance 3.3 Mike Charlie uniform. Turn right to Zulu Alpha Oscar Juneyao VOR, climbing to 2,940 feet. Leave the VOR on radial 41 degrees, it's right there. At 12.6 miles out, turn right to intercept radial 60, inbound Lima Kilo Charlie VOR. Oh my goodness. Continue climbing to 6,000. So hopefully we don't have to go around, because that's a lot to do. And unfortunately, we can't put that into the FMC beforehand in this plane. That is quite a bit. Anyway, let's start taking a look at the. That's this side, Huizhou, Dongguan right in front of us. Guangzhou is going to be more on. That's Guangzhou over there. Right. I see. Directly in front of us is going to be Macau. Hong Kong is a little bit off to the right this way.
5698. Contact
Actually,
Hong Kong Center. 125.
The right is Guangzhou. Then over here, right in front of us is Dongguan, and then a little bit further that way is going to be Hong Kong to the left. Oh, beautiful. That's really cool. That shadow kind of casting up. Well, it's not really a shadow, it's just a reflection. Ground spoilers are armed. I never disarmed them. Climb out. Do we not have a? We're not a page that shows us our E speeds. Or maybe, yeah, I like that 126. That's right. This one doesn't have the VREF and all that.
Departure at flight level 210. China Southern 33905. Contact Guangzhou approach 127.75. 127.75. China Southern 33905.
Keep an eye that we're. 6,900 feet by the time we get to Macau. Oh, come on. Okay.
2326.
I thought we were gonna lose the sim again.
Continue climb flight level 330, Chongqing 2326.
Is that weather actually? I think that might actually be weather.
Center, Air Spring 8950.
I think the radar, yeah, we actually have radar.
Departure at flight level 150, climb at flight level 160.
I think we actually have radar that works here now in the FlyByWire.
950,
Finally.
radar contact. Continue climb flight level 330. Continue climb flight level 330, Air Spring 8950. China Southern 36908. Contact Guangzhou approach 127.75.
127.75. China Southern 3698.
Up the time right there. We're going to be looking at
Guangzhou Center, China 76788, Victor and
10:57. We got 10 minutes. Descending at 2,000. Yeah, we might need to descend a little.
Shenzhen Airliner 868,
Wow, we
contact
can't.
Guangzhou
We
approach,
have to cut speed.
127.75. 127.75, Shenzhen Airliner 868. China Southern 3918, contact Guangzhou approach, 127.75.
127.75,
Fortunately,
China
spoilers do not work in this
73918.
plane.
China Southern
Very
6788, radar contact, continue climb, flight level 330.
Certainly different
Flight level 330,
from
China
when it's really dark and then
76788.
suddenly you come in and now you're just in the really lit up area. They do the light pollution is really well done here in Flight Simulator, I
Air
think.
China 4326, heavy, radar contact, continue
So we're not
climb,
gonna be able to
flight
bleed that
level
speed with
330. Continue climb, flight level 330.
But that's why I'm going to descend as quick as possible, get down to 10,000, then we can coast at that, lead off the speed, then start descending again, and hopefully get down to
Proceed direct Golf
Macau
443,
VOR
change to 4303.
on schedule. Because yeah, that's the big problem with this plane is that you gotta be ahead of it because you do not have the spoilers. I can't get the spoilers to work. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, what it is.
127.75, Shenzhen Air 90612.
Air Juneyao 12907, proceed direct November Lima Golf.
Proceed direct November Lima Golf, Air Juneyao 1297.
Shenzhen Baoan International Airport, Zulu Golf, Sierra Zulu, far left. Obviously, I'm pointed at it. That's there it is. We have a landing calculator now. What are we gonna do?
Shenzhen Air 90630, cleared Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha, arrival.
Cleared Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha, arrival, Shenzhen Air
We got nothing for the
90630.
VOR there.
Guangzhou Center, China 73577, Oscar Victor Golf 1 Yankee Delta, departure, at flight level 150, final flight level 160.
Hong Kong's gonna be kind of over there.
China
Macau's
Southern
right here, connected by a
3577,
bridge.
radar contact, continue climb, flight level 330. Continue climb, flight level 330, China 73577. Air Juneyao 12907, contact Zhuhai approach, 120.35.
120.35, Air Juneyao 1297. At high approach, Air Juneyao 1297, at flight level 140.
Scooter 144, continue descent 1,300. Continue descent 1,300, Scooter 144. Air Juneyao 2907, radar contact, proceed direct November Lima Golf, continue descent 7,900, QNH 1016.
Proceed direct November Lima Golf, continue descent 7,900, Air Juneyao 1297.
We're gonna have a hard time here. And again, it's that we don't have that speed brake.
Continue descent 1,300. Continue descent 1,300, Shenzhen Air 9894. Long Air 878, turn left heading 125, continue descent 2,600. Left heading 125, continue descent 2,600, long Air 878. Scooter 144, continue descent 1,100. Continue descent 1,100, Scooter 144. Shenzhen Air 90894, continue descent 1,100. Continue descent 1,100, Shenzhen Air 9894. Air Juneyao 12907, cleared November Lima Golf 5 Alpha, arrival.
Cleared November Lima Golf 5 Alpha, arrival at Juneyao 1297.
Only problem with this plane is that for some reason I cannot get the brake to work. Makes it very hard to
continue descent 2,300. Continue descent 2,300. Long at 878.
Get descended where we need to because we're gonna have a really hard time on our descent. Because now we're kind of dragging. We're only the problem is you can't descend much faster than this, otherwise your plane speeds up and you don't have a speed brake.
Left heading 355, Scooter 144. Shenzhen Air 90894, turn left heading 310.
Heavy clouds around here.
Left heading 310, Shenzhen Air 90894.
Landing lights on.
Scooter 144, fly heading 350, cleared ILS, Whiskey, approach at 1,100, runway 34, report established on localizer. Fly heading 350, cleared ILS, Whiskey, approach at 1,100, runway 34, report established on localizer, Scooter 144. Shenzhen Air 90894, turn left heading 350. Left heading 350, Shenzhen Air 9894. Shanghai approach, Shenzhen Air 9630, Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha, arrival at flight level 110, descending flight level 90. Shenzhen Air 90894, fly heading 350, cleared ILS, Whiskey, approach at 1,100, runway 34, report established on localizer. Fly heading 350, cleared ILS, Whiskey, approach at 1,100, runway 34, report established on localizer, Shenzhen Air 9894. Scooter 144,
Our
established
approach
on
turns are
localizer.
going to be at max of 190,
Shenzhen
so
Air
we're going to put that
9894,
in.
established on localizer. Scooter 144, contact Bell Tower 118.05. 118.05, Scooter 144. Shenzhen Air 90894, continue approach. Continue approach, Shenzhen Air 9894. Shenzhen Air 90894, contact Bell Tower 118.05. 118.05, Shenzhen Air 9894. Shenzhen Air 90630, radar contact, continue descent flight level 90. Continue
Really hard
descent
to see
flight level
anything.
90, Shenzhen Air 90630.
Only have my engines to go off of.
Long Air 878,
Thought that was another
turn
plane
left
kind of
heading
flying by.
080.
Got very cloudy over here.
080, long Air 878.
Clouds kind of obscuring all the city down there.
Air China
Behind
433 Minor, heavy, cleared Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha, arrival. Cleared Sierra Alpha Romeo 1 Zulu Alpha, arrival. Air China 433 Minor, heavy. Long Air 8788, continue descent 1,300. Continue descent 1,300, long Air 8788. Shenzhen Air 90630,
Alright,
continue
so we're
descent
at
4,900.
2,900 feet, right where we need to be. Trying to drop our speed as well.
900, Shenzhen Air 90630. Long Air 8788, continue descent 1,100. Continue descent 1,100, long Air 8788. Shenzhen Air 90894, climb 1,000. Climb 1,000, Shenzhen Air 9894. 5906, cleared mean Alpha November 1 Zulu Alpha, arrival.
Cleared Lima Alpha November 1 Zulu Alpha. Arrival 5906.
Shenzhen Air 98904, turn left heading 300, cleared ILS, Whiskey, approach at 1000, runway 34, report established on localizer. Left heading 300, cleared ILS, Whiskey, approach at 1000, runway 34, report established on localizer, Shenzhen Air 98904. Air Juneyao 2907, continue descent 6900.
Continue descent 6,900 and Juneyao 297.
Thai Asia 5906, continue descent 4900.
Continue descent 4,900. Thai Asia 5906.
Air Juneyao 2907, fly heading 180, contact Hong Kong Centre 125.8.
Fly heading 180, 125.8 and Juneyao 297.
Long Air 8788, turn left heading heavy, contact Guangzhou Centre 118.905. 118.905, Cathay 251, heavy.
Hong Kong Centre and Juneyao 297 at 7,100.
Both these poly screens are kind of getting long.
Air Juneyao 2907, radar contact, fly heading 180, continue descent 3000, QNH 1015.
Fly heading 180, continue descent
All my
3000
screens
and
are getting
Juneyao 297.
Bahini 641, heavy, cleared AB3 Alpha, arrival.
Cleared Alpha Bravo Echo Yankee 3 Alpha. Arrival. Millennium 641, heavy.
Approach checklist. Briefing confirmed. ECAM status checked. Seatbelts on. Barrel 1017. That's both check. Radio barrel set. Check. Engine mode selector normal. Checklist complete. Yep, super dark. Nothing really to see out there because we got a bunch of clouds. And behind us, the city is obscured. And there's a veil of clouds around. Now,
Air Juneyao 2907, turn right heading 200.
Right heading 200 and Juneyao 297.
Bahini 283, contact Hong Kong approach 119.5. 119.5, Bahini 283. Air Juneyao 2907, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180 and Juneyao 297.
Air Juneyao 2907,
my
turn
screens
left
keep
heading
popping up.
175.
Left
brightness
heading
for some reason.
175 and Juneyao 297.
Yeah. Like my eyes don't work right.
Bahini 641, heavy, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90. Millennium 641, heavy.
Air Juneyao 2907, turn left heading 095.
Left heading 095 and Juneyao 297.
Air Juneyao 2907, turn left heading 080.
Left heading 080, and Juneyao 297.
VREF speed is 127, landing speed 122, plus 5 is the VREF. Laps 2.
Swiss 139er heavy contact
anti-ice on.
center 118.905.
Got a bunch of clouds here.
118.905. Swiss 139er heavy. Capital Jet 5618. Proceed direct Bluff Alpha Mike Bravo Alpha. Then as filed. Proceed direct Bluff Alpha Mike Bravo Alpha. Capital Jet 5618. Air Juneyao 2907, turn left heading 360.
Left heading 360, and Juneyao 297.
About this expedited button for when we're using the VNav. That will go quicker. I'm forgetting about that. I always go to manual and just go, or the further speed.
Air Juneyao 2907, turn left heading 345, clear ILS, X-ray, approach at 3000, runway 34, report
Completely
established
flying
on
blind
localizer.
here. I mean, that's why we're instruments,
Left heading
because not
345,
much to
clear
see.
ILS, X-ray, approach at 3000, runway 34, report established on localizer, and Juneyao 297.
I feel like you can even see that kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but there's light, you can just see the clouds kind of blocking out all that city light.
1.9.5, Millennium 6 Pudong, heavy.
Not a lot to see. Laps 3. Why these VMRs aren't popping in.
And Juneyao 297, established on localizer.
Air Juneyao 2907, continue approach.
Continue approach, and Juneyao 297.
Air Juneyao 2907, contact Macau Tower 118.0.
118.0, and Juneyao 297. Macau Tower, and Juneyao 297 on final 34.
Air Juneyao 297, wind variable at 0 knots, clear to land 34.
Cleared to land 34, and
Any
Juneyao
now.
297.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
2,500.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be this blacked out for a landing. Near Macau. Oh yeah. Landing checklist. Cabin crew advised. Auto thrusts. Yeah, memo landing. No blue. Check with that. Landing no blue. Auto brake medium. Landing checklist complete. Funny because none of the maps I'm looking at have anything going on weather-wise. Oh, actually, into a storm. There's the runway. We're going to go all the way to the end of the runway, exit at a Gulf. Autopilot disengaged.
Above. Minimum. $50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. Retard.
Juneyao 1297, when vacated contact ground 121.97.
When vacated contact ground 121.97 and Juneyao 297.
They're not the best landing. Yeah, just the windshield wipers. I guess if there was some lighting here for the... Off. No, not a lot of rain here.
Macau ground, engine Juneyao 297, runway vacated.
Air Juneyao 297, taxi to gate 4.
Taxi to gate 4, engine Juneyao 297.
Taxi gate 4. Get the APU started. Or should be that second gate right next to the Air Macau. Right after landing checklist, flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed, spoilers disarmed, radar off, predicted wind shear off. Alright, taxi light off, parking brake set. Anti-ice off, APU bleed on, timer stopped. Really quick for our landing. At the gate at 11:15. Right. We have the APU. Our master switches can come off on the engine. Belt signs can come off. Beacon light can come off. And request a boarding.
Boarding requested.
Up top, fuel pumps off. On for the APU. We have external power. The APU going for air conditioning right now.
Passengers deboarding starting.
ATC is on standby. APU bleed on, or parking checklist, APU bleed on, engines off, seatbelts off, exterior lights as required. We have the strobe and nav logo lights on. Fuel pumps off, parking brake and shocks at required. Parking checklist complete. Alright, well, we're missing some sections of the jetway. Shall we? That's fine. Take a look at the flight review. Balanta. Our routing. This is what I was talking about. Agenda. Kind of curve. There's the city. I live like right there. We flew right over. Hangzhou, West Lake, Taihu, Taihu Lake, go over Shanghai, out of Shanghai, over Hangzhou, a straight shot down here, Guangzhou on our right, coming in, to Macau, landing, negative 263 minute, our actual flight time. Ended up being 2 hours and 6 minutes and a block time of 2 hours and 20 minutes. We had a little bit of that time acceleration there. Why is that not starting? get the world map up here and then boarding on. Oh, I don't have it plugged in with I don't have it plugged in with
Do you want to deboard crew?
with GSX right now. Messed up. Right now we got the world tour map. There it is. Everywhere we've been so far. Let's zoom in really close. And there's Macau. Little blip. Flag obviously way bigger. Next flight we're going to be going down to Philippines right here. Manila. I believe that will be on the Airbus again, so we'll get a little bit more experience in this plane. Hopefully I can get an FS crew working and we can have our first officer take a little bit of the work off our hands. But all in all, really fun to be in this plane again. Been flying so much CRJ lately that I forget how this plane works. Things. Let's actually go full shutdown. So parking brake is set. Oxygen crew oxygen's off. Gears 1, 2 off. Exterior lights off. Maintenance bus switch as required. Q. Emergency exit lights off. No smoking off. Internal power off. And battery 1 and 2 off. Not sure why everything's still running. Don't have any more power, supposedly. Steering the aircraft checklist. Fuel pumps off. ADIRS off. Oxygen off. Parking brake set. APU off. Battery 1 and 2 off. Securing the aircraft checklist complete. I'm not sure where we're getting the power, since everything is off. I guess the external power is still connected. Alright, anyway, thanks for coming along on this flight. Like I said, next one is going to be down to the Philippines. Should be sometime next week. Keep an eye out. I'm going to be re-uploading these streams on YouTube because I know you guys watch on YouTube. The stream is not the greatest quality live, but I will re-upload a recorded version and probably add in maybe some little pop-out graphics pointing out some places and stuff on the flight. So again, thanks for coming along. Kind of zoom out here, missing some of the jetways. You're at Macau International Airport. Until next time, happy flying.